We are the official station for
Ponding
and Sports Roundup.
That's right.
But the one, the only Father Matt Frisbee. Good morning, Father. I woke up this morning thinking, man, if I could inhabit in some way the joy that Father Matt Frisbee must be feeling this morning.
None. Talk about a yuck day. That's today.
Well, the good thing is you haven't had to feel it since 1997.
I know, and I was
when
10 years
Grover
old then.
I think Grover Cleveland was the president at that point.
Yeah, I was 10. I was too dumb to know any better back then.
A true Buckeye fan.
Oh, yeah. A couple of things I think it should be said about Michigan, just with their team this year. The first is this. Just kind of watching the last couple of games. On offense, they don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. We saw that last night against Alabama, against Ohio State. They don't turn the ball over. They, on defense, tackle very well in the open field. So you don't see guys breaking tackles in the open field getting these huge gains. So those two things, really, you don't turn the ball over and you tackle well, you're going to have a pretty good football team right off. And then I think to add to it is the fact that they had a lot of fifth and sixth year seniors, COVID year guys, and from the mental aspect of things and physical, both ends, you kind of grow up. You're a lot more mature than those, say, freshman, sophomore, even third-year juniors that you face. And so they won it. Now, we'll end up seeing what happens in the next year or two with any sort of sanctions or whatnot. But they won it, I think. So, for all the Michigan fans listening, congratulations. Pains me to say that.
I was going to say, it didn't feel that heartfelt.
I've never heard the word congratulations said with a shrug before.
For all the Buckeye fans out there who especially were despairing, especially after that Cotton Bowl, we're thinking, Buckeyes only lost to Michigan at Michigan by 6.
Yeah, right.
And, you take away Ohio State through options. I know you can't go back and, play hypotheticals, but, if Ohio State turns the ball over maybe only once, have they beaten Michigan? So, for as bad as things look for Ohio State fans, maybe they're not as bad as we think.
Yeah, and I think if it was Michigan and Ohio State again there instead of Washington, I think it would have been a more interesting game. It would have been, I think, a closer game.
Absolutely. This was a pretty close. It wasn't a close game. Michigan got out to that big lead, and then Washington made some adjustments and kind of hung in there for a little bit, but they just couldn't make the plays when they needed to. Michigan did, and then that interception towards the end with 3 minutes left, I turned it off because I wasn't going to watch Michigan celebrate.
Yeah. Yeah, that and so we see the score, and the score, Michigan handled its business well. The second and third quarters on both sides were just boring. Just absolutely boring. But as you said, Michigan had a great first quarter, ended it well, and so congratulations to them. But a big piece of news coming out of that, Father, is neither the SEC nor the ACC won the national championship. It's a Big Ten champion.
That's right. The Big Ten won it.
Yeah. So
and if Washington had won it, we would have said the Big Ten won it because Washington will be in it the next year too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, a Big Ten final, really.
Yeah, it's too bad that wasn't played at the Rose Bowl. That would have been a perfect way for the last Pac-10 Big Ten game to have been played, but they didn't ask me my opinion on that.
Hey,
but now it's Browns season.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go to the NFL.
Browns play Saturday. They're going to Houston to face the Texans. They face them Christmas Eve. Really beat them up. Really dominated that game. But the Texans were not with C.J. Stroud that game. And C.J. Stroud's back. I would say he should be considered for Rookie of the Year if he's not. I mean,
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
You know, the Texans were terrible last year, and now they're in the playoffs. They're hosting a playoff game against Browns. Browns hopefully get healthy. You know, they didn't play any of their big starters against Cincinnati. So we'll see. Lions host a home game against the Rams. So, you know, of course, the NFL always loves storylines. They probably love the fact Matthew Stafford's coming back to Detroit for this game. NFL would love for the Browns to face the Ravens. Joe Flacco face his old team, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Good stuff. Always exciting. This is an exciting time for sports in general. So glad you're with us, Father Matt. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, too. God bless.
Thanks, Father.